You're sabotaging your own happiness every day, and you don't even know it. Stop this now before another year slips away. Why? Insecurity is the thief that silently steals joy and peace from your relationships and from deep within yourself. You can't allow it to run your life unchecked. I am strong. My insecurity does not control me. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am strong. My insecurity does not control me. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about it. Most of the fears and doubts that gnaw at you come from a place of imagined outcomes. They hold you back, make you question your worth, and cloud your judgment. Consider for a moment how this subtle poison seeps into every interaction. A word misheard, a glance misinterpreted. Suddenly, insecurity blows it out of proportion. Now, imagine a Spartan shield protecting your heart. Marcus Aurelius knew that real protection comes from within. He taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the crux of overcoming insecurity. Control your mind. Dismiss the shadows. Focus on what you can change. Don't let insecurity be the lens through which you see the world. Warped and distorted, it narrows your view and fills your mind with noise. It's time to clean up the mental clutter and see things as they truly are. Make the choice to see yourself clearly, to build a fortress of self-assurance and confidence. A fortress where insecurity has no place. 1. The armor of acceptance. Embrace reality as it is. Stop living in a world of what-ifs. This mental game is a trap. It's like walking through life with a blindfold, always fearing what you might bump into. Take it off. The truth, no matter how harsh, is better than a fiction that stews your anxieties. The armor of acceptance is about seeing your world with naked eyes. Seneca, an old Stoic guide, said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." The key here is acceptance. You cannot control everything around you, but you can always decide how to react. Imagine your mind as a powerful knight. This knight is given orders, and those orders are your responses to life's twists. But here's the trick. Those orders must align with reality, not fantasy. Your partner hasn't replied for hours. Before jumping to conclusions, anchor yourself. Act like that knight wearing strong armor, unfazed by arrows of doubt and insecurity. Think of a time you assumed the worst in a relationship and later realized the situation wasn't as bad as you thought. Reliving that anxiety was pointless, right? Here is where Stoic acceptance steps in. You get to choose to stop guessing, stop assuming. Accept what is known and prepare for what's outside your control. Acceptance isn't weakness. It's the opposite. By standing firm on reality, you clear the mental storm. Your decisions become sharper and more confident. That knight within you can then focus its energy on battles worth fighting. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Now, let this be your daily guide. Protect your heart with truth, not fiction. Accept what is real and let go of what isn't. This is how you build unshakable strength, one that doesn't crumble in the face of insecurity. Establish this foundation, and you will thrive, unburdened by uncertainty. 2. Unshakable foundation, building self-worth from within. It's time to stop building your self-worth on shifting sands and start laying the bricks of an unshakable foundation from within. I am unbreakable. My strength comes from within. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am unbreakable. My strength comes from within. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Now, picture this. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor. With the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he knew that external praise or criticism couldn't define him. Instead, he built his worth on something deeper, more resilient: his character, his virtues, his actions. He famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your self-worth is not found in others' opinions. It is not found in your possessions. It is not found in achievements. It is forged from your values, your principles. Only when these are solid can you stand tall, no matter the storm swirling outside. Think about a mirror. If it's cracked, it distorts whatever it reflects. Your self-image works the same way. If it's distorted by insecurity, every reflection of yourself, every relationship, every role will appear flawed. Repair this mirror by nurturing your inner self. Feed it with powerful thoughts. Strengthen it with daily practices. Why is this important? Because when you know your worth, insecurity loses its grip. Simply put, you become unstoppable. Your choices become simpler because they are no longer clouded by doubt or fear. Isn't it time to seize this day, to uncover that inner fortitude? Remember what Epictetus taught. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Recognize this truth before it shapes your life. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Understanding your true value unleashes peace. It gives you a quiet strength that cannot be taken away. It empowers you to face what's real, to act with courage, and to love without hesitation. Let this be your creed and your compass. Build your worth on that which cannot be lost or stolen. That is your unshakable foundation. 3. The fortress mindset. Protecting against negative thoughts. These teachings direct us to the mind's ultimate defense, the fortress mindset. Picture a fortress standing firm against any storm. That's what your mind should be. But how do we shield it from negativity? We must recognize how fleeting thoughts are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Start here. Let your mind be selective. Like a bouncer at a club, allow in only the guests that serve your truth and peace. This discernment prevents negativity from setting up camp in your psyche. Keep in mind, it's easier to stop a negative thought at the door than to evict it once it's inside. Think of an artist preparing a canvas. They choose colors with care. Similarly, select your thoughts carefully. These thoughts become your reality. Every day, remind yourself that your mind is your greatest asset. Protect it with fierce devotion, like a loyal knight defending its realm. When negativity knocks, stand firm and guard your gates. This is not about pushing away feelings. It's about understanding their origin and choosing wisely. When you stumble upon a negative thought, question it. Ask, is this an infallible truth or just noise? If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. With time and practice, you'll find you're naturally tuning out the noise. Your intuition sharpens. Decisions become easier. As Seneca wisely noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Train your mind to distinguish between the two. Keep defending your inner landscape. As these practices take root, you'll see how negativity loses its power. Remember, a well-guarded mind is unyielding in the face of storms. Stay strong. Your fortress is impenetrable. 4. Detachment dynamics. Letting go of control. Stop trying to control everything around you. You're clinging to an illusion that only creates anxiety and tension. I find strength in release. I let go of what I cannot control. I want you to pause right now and comment, I find strength in release. I let go of what I cannot control, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Look at the ocean. It flows where it must, facing storms and calms without hesitation. Practice detachment dynamics. Letting go of control does not mean apathy. It means focusing on what truly matters, your response to the waves, not the waves themselves. Consider the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who advised, "Adapt yourself to the life you have been given." He thrived despite the weight of an empire. How? By releasing what he couldn't change and mastering what he could, his decisions and mindset. Think about your relationships. Do you try to shape another's actions or thoughts only to be frustrated? Reflect on this. Could your time be used better by nurturing your own growth and peace? Just as the sculptor does not control the stone but works with it, do the same with the people and situations in your life. Mold your actions, not others. Ask yourself, why hold so tightly to the uncontrollable? What do you gain? If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Release your grip. You'll find freedom. Emotional energy redirects to constructive paths. Ask yourself, do you want peace or pressure? When you see life melting off constraints and your path clear of heavy chains, you remember what Seneca said. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Aim for richness of soul, not control. Your surroundings will evolve, but your peace will remain steady and true. With every step towards this mindset, you invite a calm that no storm can unsettle. You're free. You're stronger. That's the power of letting go. 5. The mirror of introspection. Discover your true self. Stop doing this immediately if you want to understand your true self, blaming others for your insecurity. This is the essence of the mirror of introspection. I choose inner growth over blame. I want you to pause right now and comment, I choose inner growth over blame below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Dive deeper. Picture the mirror of introspection like a clear, still lake. When you look into it, who do you see? It's time to confront not the giants of mythology or history, but the giant within, your own expectations and fears. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. What kind of thoughts rule your mind? Think about this. Your partner forgets something important to you. It's easy to feel hurt, but what happens when you look into the mirror? Do you see their failing? Or do you see your own unmet needs and expectations glaring back? This is where introspection becomes powerful. You acknowledge what you control, your response, your thoughts, your beliefs. Everything else is external noise. As you reflect, ask yourself this. What stories are you telling yourself about your worth? Are they empowering, or are they dousing you in doubt? Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reactions are mirrors themselves, reflecting what lies inside. Are they a reflection of strength or insecurity? Let's put this into action. Every time you feel a wave of insecurity, step back, breathe, and introspect. Your feelings are your compass. They guide you to what needs attention within. When you accept this, you transform weakness into wisdom. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. Pause for 1 second. It tells me to keep making these for you. Now, return. Reflect further. In relationships, insecurity is loud, but your inner voice must be louder. By embracing introspection, you train your mind to silence doubt. Seneca wisely said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." So learn, grow. Introspection is not just about finding faults, but discovering new truths. As you learn to navigate this mirror, remember, it reveals more than flaws. It reveals dreams, strengths, and potential. Let it guide you. not just today, but every day forward. Keep looking within and watch as the noise of doubt fades away, leaving behind the clear song of your true self. 6. The gift of silence, mastering active listening. You think you're listening, but you're not. You're just waiting to talk. Stop doing this immediately if you want to strengthen your relationships. Imagine Marcus Aurelius in his daily meetings, surrounded by commanders and philosophers. Do you think he interrupted others just to push his own agenda? No, he understood the power of silence, the wisdom in listening. I am the master of my fate. My ears guide my actions. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am the master of my fate. My ears guide my actions, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. You see, silence is a gift, a tool for mastering active listening. When we talk less, we understand more. This is not about cutting off your voice. It's about strengthening it. Epictetus taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Think about how often you're in a conversation, your mind racing to respond rather than absorbing. Shift your focus. Listen with intent. When you're silent, you hear the unspoken. You catch the subtle cues, the real emotions hiding beneath words. This builds trust. Trust is the foundation of strong relationships. People open up when they see you listening. Their stories flow like a river. Seneca believed that true wisdom required understanding others before understanding oneself. So listen, not just to respond, but to learn. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. As you practice the gift of silence, start to notice the magic unfold. Your conversations will deepen. Your connections will strengthen. Your world will expand. The noise of insecurity will fade. You'll speak when needed, but when you listen, you'll hear the world finally speaking back to you. Silence your doubts and let listening be your teacher. 7. Emotional alchemy, turning jealousy into connection. Jealousy is a poison. It corrodes your soul, blinds your heart, and shatters the bonds you cherish. But you can transform this toxic emotion into a meaningful bridge, the alchemy of connection. You see, when jealousy rears its head, it's often pointing to an underlying insecurity or unmet need. So, how do we turn this lead into gold? By embracing empathy over envy. Legendary Stoic Marcus Aurelius taught, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Instead of comparing, seek to understand. Ask yourself, what is this jealousy trying to teach me about my relationship? About myself? This shift is powerful. It demands honesty. Instead of breeding resentment, use jealousy as a signal, a call to action. Channel it into curiosity. Instead of seeing what someone else has as a deficit in your own life, let it inspire you to build, learn, and connect. Imagine jealousy as a fire. Left unchecked, it burns down the forest. Controlled, it warms the camp. Explore your feelings. Share them openly. By confronting jealousy together, you build a relationship of trust and openness. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Now, here's the next step. Communicate. Open conversations about feelings, fears, and desires. When known, these emotions become allies, not enemies. Remember, Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Emotional alchemy is a practice. Transforming jealousy into connection is the art of building stronger, more resilient relationships. With every honest conversation, every empathetic ear, you turn heavy feelings into pillars of love and understanding. Challenge your instincts, harness them, and in the process, transform not only your relationships, but your inner world. The green-eyed monster cannot thrive where empathy and understanding stand tall. 8. The Stoic shield, deflecting external judgments. Until you understand this next concept, you're doomed to let others define you. Stop that immediately if you want to govern your own happiness. I am in control of my actions. External opinions do not change my worth. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am in control of my actions. External opinions do not change my worth. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. You see, relationships are often challenged by the judgments of others. Whether it's the opinion of a friend, a family member, or even a stranger online, these external judgments can infiltrate your mind. They can make you second-guess your actions and even your self-worth. But Stoics have a tool for this, a mental shield that deflects such judgments. Marcus Aurelius said it best. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Why do we give such power to others when true contentment comes from within? Imagine going to an art gallery. You see a painting that's controversial. Some people call it brilliant, others dismiss it as pointless. However, the painting itself remains unchanged by these opinions. This is how you must see yourself. People will always have opinions, but like the painting, your worth remains the same regardless. It's a powerful shift. Practice telling yourself that you define your own value, not an outside voice. Each day, reinforce this idea. Challenge the urge to seek approval. Live by your principles, not by others' expectations. Let me take a moment here. If this wisdom resonates, subscribe so you never miss it. And here's a powerful practice. Write down your core values. Make this list your guiding star. Whenever you face external judgments, compare them against these values. Ask yourself, does this opinion challenge my values? Or is it noise? This simple act empowers you to separate what truly matters from what is fleeting. Remember, you are not a puppet on a string. Your happiness comes from within. Stand firm. Build that Stoic shield every day and let it defend you from the storm of opinions. You lose nothing by being true to yourself, but gain everything when you live authentically. 9. The balance beam. Navigating expectations versus reality. Expectations are like tightropes, stretched high and demanding. You walk this beam every day, balancing between what you hope for and what's real. Reality, on the other hand, offers no guarantees, no promised outcomes. It's like playing a game without knowing the rules. In relationships, this balance is critical. You expect love, support, and understanding, but reality may not always deliver. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? This quote speaks volumes. It suggests that embracing life as it is, rather than how we wish it to be, brings peace. Think about it. A partner might not meet your every expectation, but does that mean they don't care? Often, the disconnect lies in our assumptions, not in their intentions. Taming the gap between expectation and reality begins with understanding that our control is limited. Epictetus wisely said, "Some things are up to us, and some are not." Embrace what is up to you. Let go of what is not. Imagine receiving feedback at work. If you expect constant praise and receive critique instead, disappointment brews. But what if you reframed it? What if you viewed each critique as a chance to grow, not as a failure? That's turning expectation into a tool for improvement. Pause here for a moment. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Armed with this insight, shift expectations from rigid demands to flexible guides. Seneca advises, "Throw me to the wolves, and I will return leading the pack." When expectations don't match reality, adjust and grow stronger. The secret is resilience. It's the ability to adapt to unforeseen changes without breaking. In your relationships, practice managing this balance. Clarify your expectations and communicate them openly. Recognize that others might have their own beam to walk. Your job is to navigate with grace, not to control their steps. By balancing expectations against reality, you forge a smoother journey, one where peace and resilience are your companions. Step confidently and let wisdom guide your way. The transformation, reinventing your relationship self. Imagine transforming your relationship self from a shaky foundation to a bastion of strength. It starts with understanding that your worth isn't determined by others. Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This is your moment to let go of the chains that tie your happiness to someone else's actions. You start by asking, what control do I really have? The answer is simple yet profound: control over your thoughts and actions. Picture a tree, tall and grounded. The busyness of life swirls around it, but it stands firm. You, too, can be like that tree. Strive for inner stability. When emotional storms hit, ground yourself in values, not reactions. This is the transformation, a shift from external validation to internal power. Understand that relationships are not transactions for validation. They are a shared path for growth. Use this time to strengthen your inner self. Practice gratitude for moments shared, but never let another's opinion shape your self-worth. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Color yours with self-acceptance and resilience. Grow in every encounter, and remember, love is the byproduct of strength, not weakness. And before we wrap this up, let's solidify this mindset. Every time you feel doubt creep in, remind yourself, it's not the opinion of others that defines you. It's how you choose to live your truth. Let this journey of transformation be your new adventure, not an escape, but a return to your true, unshakable self. Embrace this change and flourish.